Hello, everyone. I'm Erica.
And I'm Akilah.
Welcome to HeartsChat.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of HeartsChat. So, as always, we're going to start with our check-in. So, Akilah, what's been going on?
Well, it's always work with us, what we do. So I've really been trying hard to kind of leave work and work stresses at work. Like I've been in the past been pretty good at like compartmentalizing these things, but I'm feeling just like after getting my license, some of the cases are just a little bit harder and they're just be super stressful, like to the point where, clients are calling me at like 9:30, 10, 11 at night. Yep. Exactly. So, so I'm really trying to get better at putting in boundaries and leaving that at work, because at the end of the day, like, I feel like this is a struggle that a lot of us in the healthcare profession have. It's like, we have to come home, we come home to our families and they just want to have like a positive experience most often. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't even want to talk. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm just listening, but I do care at the same time. It's that internal struggle. So I've been really trying hard to like sit in my car, breathe, and then come in and be like, hi, I'm home.
That's hard because, when you're doing the work that we do, you can't always be like, I don't want to hear, okay, I've had a rough day.
Exactly.
If we talk about something else right now, I don't have the energy. Like, you kind of have to use your energy to deal with it and help and be there,
Yes.
So
yes.
That takes a lot of a person then to come home and you gotta, hey, and
how you doing? But, it's actually really funny that you brought up, like, just what we have to do for work, because I was actually talking to Ciara the other day because she's taking a psych class. And she was talking to me about all these therapists, like all these theorists and therapists, and like, what are your thoughts on Freud? What are your thoughts on this? I was like, oh my God. So, exactly. But I was talking to her about it, and my uncle was like, wow, you remember all that? I was like, yeah, that's why I can't remember anything else.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But Erica, go ahead.
When you're in school though, and that's your passion, that's what you want to learn, you're going to remember that.
Exactly.
And some of those theorists though, some of those things are so off the wall, it's kind of hard to forget.
Exactly. Sometimes you're just like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right.
Got it. Yeah. So Erica, what have you been up to? What's been going on?
Well, over the weekend, I cleaned literally all weekend. And somebody call you or text you, you missed their call, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was literally busy all weekend. I'm like, yeah, whatever. No, literally. I was. And you can attest to that, because I text you like, oh, I'm taking my little break.
Yep.
I cleaned until midnight. In my space, I don't have like a huge space or anything like that, but it was very thorough. I went through my drawers, through my cabinets. I got rid of stuff. And just, getting organized for the new year, because there's so much stuff that we have planned that I want to accomplish and do, that I just didn't want the stress of having things out of place. I function better with routine and when things are organized.
Yes.
So I just took that long weekend just to do all of it at one time, so I feel good and kind of just, keep with it. So, because you know me, it wasn't filthy, it wasn't.
Exactly.
I had to get rid of some stuff and just do like, your thorough clean when you go through your drawers and cabinets and all that kind of stuff.
But I feel like that's something you've been wanting to do for a while now, but you've just been going. You actually haven't had the chance to do it. So,
yeah, I haven't had the chance. And sometimes I can kind of force myself, like find the time to do it. But I think I've been so tired, and it takes energy when I think some people clean up and they lose energy. When things are not clean and organized, I lose energy. So I just can't be lazy and have it. I have to have it nice and clean so that I feel like, oh, yes, now I have my energy back. Now I can do this and do that. So
that recharges you.
Yes, it does. So, that was nice. So I got all of that done. And then from there, my car is next. I tried to make an appointment to get my car clean. But, I used to do it myself. I used to go to the car place with my stuff and just very thorough, and I love doing it. But it gets to a certain point where you're just like, oh, I just can't do it. But they were closed because it was raining, so I have to schedule that. But yeah, that was my thing. Just really getting myself organized and cleaning up.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
All right. Well, speaking of getting organized, we thought we'd start the new year off, one of our first episodes of the new year, talking about goals. And that's how we start the new year off every year.
Correct.
We're going to keep with it, and, it works.
Yes.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're going to start with
You're
that.
accurate.
Yeah. So, Akilah, what are some of your goals you have for 2019?
So some of my goals are kind of still goals from last year. Kind of like more of like, the generic, like eat more healthily and exercise and things like that. Like, cause I really need to, like, I'm just like in general more conscious, I guess, as I'm getting older about my health. Yeah. And exercising and having that energy and all of that things. I think that'll be helpful. So that's definitely a goal of mine. I was doing really, really well, like in the beginning of this year, and then it kind of all fell off.
Well, I think that's nice that when you make your goals, you're serious about them. You don't just, I'm going to have this. And you remember like, okay, I didn't really get that, but I'm going to keep at it, because you don't have to make a goal for 1 year and you didn't meet it, and it's just over new goals. You can use those same goals. It just might take you longer than a year to reach it, but I think that's good that you're keeping some of the same goals.
Thanks. Yeah, and I love that you said that. In terms of like, it's okay to continue on with your goals and keep your goals, because I feel like a lot of times we get into this like thought process is like, oh, if I mess up once, I failed at my goal. Like, that's it. I'm not doing it again. Look at it. I failed again. When in reality, it's just like a little setback, and you can always just get right back on. It doesn't negate like all the positive progress that you've already made.
Exactly. And you always learn something, whether you accomplish it or you don't, because you can look at what didn't work or what prevented me from reaching that goal. Agreed.
I guess some other goals that I had were not taking on too much in general.
That's a great goal for you.
Because I tend to be like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get it done. And then I just completely stress myself out when I'm like, okay, I really can't do that. I don't need the extra stress. Let me not do it. So taking on like being more like cognizant of what my schedule and maintaining my stress levels and all of that important thing. Like, that's a goal for me next year.
Right. And that's a good one too, because I know that also can come with age. When you learn yourself and you know what you can do, what you don't want to do. And then when you do for so long, you get to a point you're like, you know what? Why am I doing this to myself?
Exactly.
I don't have to. There's other options.
That is so true. That is so, so, so true. That's kind of, it kind of remind me of the New Year's Eve party that I had. And like, when I said to like a week after sending out invitations, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, why am I doing this again? Like, but like,
go ahead.
But I do love having people around, so that is why I do it to myself.
Right. I was when I had my wreath party, like I love that stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this and get that, and I can't wait to have another one next year. Or what am I gonna do for my next event? I have to do a craft or something.
Awesome.
I just love that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Like, and I agree completely. Like, I love doing that type of stuff, but then I look back and I'm just like, oh, but I forgot I do have to do some planning to this. Like, I can't just throw to the wolves.
I'll plan for you next time. And you just show up.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I love the plan stuff.
So I guess I really only have like 2 other goals. One was a really practical one. It was like going to the eye doctor, because I literally haven't been to the eye doctor in years, and I know my eyesight's getting a little bit worse. So like, because I am in a position to like, and that's the other part, because I'm in a position now where I'm making more money and can afford like different things. Like, now I'm like, okay, I have to get this done. There's no excuse anymore. Like, you have to go get glasses. And I'm even thinking about getting contacts, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay.
And I'll fill you guys in on if that happens.
New year, new me. New
Exactly. Hey. No. That's more. But the last one, I guess, would be kind of I'm letting go of, like, letting go. And what I mean by letting go emotionally of people in my life who, I'm going to put this in the nicest way possible, who don't seem to
put as much energy into you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Erica.
I'm a mind reader.
Yes. And I'm not talking about, as we get adults, we all get busy. We don't talk to, friends every day like we used to, but I'm talking about, like, just no response whatsoever. Like, me, I like talking to people, checking in on people, and I'm usually the one, outside of what you and me, Erica, we check in back and forth with each other, but anyone else, I'm checking in, and I'm getting tired because it's not reciprocated. And I understand as adults, we all get really busy, but honestly, we make time for the things we want to make time for. So
we never lie.
That's not an excuse.
Oh,
there's no excuses.
Disrespectful.
Downright disrespectful. Like, it really takes a second to be like, hey, been thinking about you. Like, sorry we haven't been in contact. This and this. I'd totally be aware. Like, I'd be like, fine. Like, cool. That's cool. Cause I'm busy as all heck. So like, I know other people are, but when there's just not reciprocated, like, I don't get texts back. Like, I don't get, like, notice of, like, if I'm doing invitations and things like that, and no one, like, people aren't answering back and things like that. I'm just like, all right, well, 2019, I'm focused on those who focus on me.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. And, that it's one thing if it's, I haven't reached out to you, you haven't reached out to me. We kind of both been busy.
Exactly.
And now I'm like, hey, how are you doing? I reach out. But when you reach out again and again and you don't ever get a response, it does only take a second to send a text or to see it and be like, oh, I just now saw it. But
exactly.
I'm with you. Don't put energy where, it's not wanted or it's not reciprocated, and you can be putting that energy towards something else.
Exactly. And I feel like that energy can be going more towards the people who do, check in and all that stuff. Whereas, like, spreading myself to all these other people, no, bringing down my circle and really just focusing on, like, the most important people in life. Right.
Okay. I think that's really good.
Thanks. So those are my goals for the new year. What about you, Erica? What are your goals?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I wrote them down on paper. So
me too.
I have those there. And I like to not always recommend that. So I have them written down, but I'm also going to, put them on a vision board as well.
Yes.
But the first goal I have on here is my license, which my MFT license, which I've been working towards for a long time.
Yes.
And I have applied several times, and I just can't get past the application process.
My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, but with each step, I've been a little bit closer with getting help and support with that so I can do it. And then sometimes, like I've told you, I've applied and then it didn't work out, and I'm just like, I'm going to put this on the back burner right now. I got other stuff I got to worry about. I don't even want to deal with it right now.
Understood.
But I do have my steps planned out so that I can accomplish that because, each goal, most of the time, each goal has multiple little steps to do. So that's definitely something I am going to accomplish 2019.
Yes.
Okay. The other goal I have is for our conference coming up for HeartsChat.
Okay.
Having a successful conference, that's an important goal I have. And then just, growing HeartsChat, that's always a goal.
Yes.
And then, like you mentioned glasses. I don't have to get glasses, but I do want to be in my top health this year. Every year, I always want to be in my top health. But this year especially, I'm really interested because I always wanted to go to a naturopathic doctor. Just
Okay, cool.
for years. I'm, you know me, I'm always interested in different things. I'm always researching, looking things up. I like to get information, especially about health. And I don't know, I've always felt like I should go. Like something's telling me like, you should go, you should do that. Like that fits with you. And so I made an appointment the other day. So I'm going to
Oh,
go.
awesome. Look at you. Already putting in them steps.
I sure did. I got my appointment scheduled. And I'll tell you a little, get on my little soapbox and vent for a minute. So I moved here 2017 and I had my job. I saw a doctor. I did not like her at all. She did not listen to me at all. She was horrible. And it's so strange because in Pennsylvania, when I would do my research and find a doctor, I had great doctors. I didn't have a problem with anybody. I had great doctors.
Wow.
And so I was just like, and it wasn't a thing of, oh, you're not my old doctor, so no. It was no, she was just not a fit for me. So after that, I saw another doctor. That was even worse. Even worse. And so I was like, okay. So then I did, more research. I found another doctor. She had great reviews, like rave reviews from everybody. Had an appointment scheduled. I scheduled that appointment in June. My appointment was supposed to be end of December. And then sometime in December, from June to December.
Wow.
Sometime in December, the doctor's office called me and said she needs to reschedule. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll reschedule. I mean, I waited this long, I'll reschedule. She goes, well, would you prefer somebody else for that same time? And I said, well, I took some time to research her, and I really wanted to see that doctor. Well, I said, so does she have something in January? Is that the problem? She goes, January 2020.
Oh.
I said, oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm like, but wait, they couldn't fit you in because she's rescheduling? You're not rescheduling.
Yes, she has to reschedule. And so I said, oh, okay, that's okay. Thank you. And then that was that. And I was like, you know what? I wanted to see a naturopathic doctor anyway, so why don't I just do that?
Okay.
I haven't had the best experience recently, so let me just invest. Because, your insurance doesn't take you. You have to pay out of pocket or whatever, but it's an investment in myself. I will be 30 this year, which I'm excited about and looking forward to. Just another, I want to make sure I'm in my best health. So that is something I'm doing. My little ramble about that. And
that's
then,
awesome.
Well, thank you. And as, going along with being on my, being in my top health, I also want to just stay on top of everything. Like, for example, being on top of my bills, all my bills are automatic payment. And that was, like, I told you about automatic payment just for, my mindset, peace of mind, and also growing an income, growing your money. You don't want to think about, I don't have any money. I got to pay this bill. If I don't think about it, money comes. And that has worked for me. So but one thing I don't do that I need to do, and I probably laziness, is I don't check my mail every day because where I live, I don't have like a mail slot. I don't have a mail slot. It just doesn't come. I have to go downstairs, check my mail, bring it back up. So yeah, it's laziness. But then if you don't check your mail and you have, certain bills that are not automatic payment, like maybe you had a doctor's appointment or, I don't know, like tax. Virginia, we have this tax thing you got to pay. And then you don't see it. And then you get a late fee. And then it's double. And then you get money. So I have to check my mail at least once a week. I mean, come on, at least once a week. So that is something that I want to do so I can stay on top of things. And then just being put together. I always say this, like, I remember I had a supervisor and I was upset about something. It wasn't anything work related, but I was at work. This was some years ago, and I was upset about a personal matter. And I was like, well, let me get myself together so I can, go on with my day. And she was like, do you really have to get yourself together? Like, do you really have to be put together? And I was like, well, I guess not. I guess I do. So I don't mean in the sense of like I have to have it together. Like it's fine if you don't have it all together, but just like I said, stay on top of my bills, stay on top of my health. When I go home, I want my hair and my nails to be done. Sometimes I go home to visit my family. I just I'm just looking a mess. I'm like coming from the airport. Oh, I didn't have time to wash my hair. Oh yeah, I just had to take my nail polish off. My nails are chipped. Oh, I forgot my earrings. I just want to feel like, okay, yes, I feel put together. I like that.
It's like I'm home again. your family time, like, what's going on in Virginia?
Like, are you an adult? Well, they think, oh, you look fine. But I just don't feel like that. I just want to feel like, yes, I'm put together. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in my own way. So, yeah. So that's those are my goals for right now. I mean, when you think about it, maybe I'll have some more, but those are the ones like in the forefront that I'm wanting to accomplish. So,
yeah. I mean, they sound like great goals. I was laughing before, but when you were talking about the mailbox situation, because I kind of do the same thing because my mailbox is not at the door, which I really don't understand, but that's a whole other thing. So it's like I have to walk down the block with a key and open it. I'm like, it's cold. I'm not trying to do this. So like the mail you keep increasing. Like even for like when we went on vacation, like I didn't tell the post office not to do it because it's a norm when our mailbox is like full. Yeah. So it would look kind of strange if it wasn't. So
yeah, same. When I went on vacation, I was like, oh, let me check my mailbox. But I was gone, 5 days, but it's always full. But I'm like, they're probably so mad at me. Like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, who lives here? Why don't you ever get your mail? Come on.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I also wanted to incorporate in my goals, like, work stuff, life stuff, fun stuff. So
yeah.
It's a balance, I think.
Exactly.
I saw this meme or whatever, a post on Instagram, and it was something about like a person spending their time watching TV, relaxing, and the other person was like in an office with their goals, working on stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with either or. There's something wrong when it's just one of this and one of that. You have to kind of combine them and have a balance.
Correct. Correct.
To say the person working in their office like isn't miserable, or they can't attain those goals. They're spinning because there's too stress.
Correct.
So you definitely have to have a balance when you're making your goals. Like set some work-related goals. That's what you want to work on. Set maybe some personal or relationship goals. You can set some goals, just like where you want to be in your life or something you want to do. If you want to take a vacation or I want to get a massage once a week, spend more time with my kids or, whatever it is. But kind of have the mindset of having a well-rounded, capture every aspect of your life when you're thinking about your goal.
I agree. I agree completely. It has to be a balance.
Yeah, because otherwise it's pretty tough. And something else I did a few weeks ago, I got this, it's not a calendar. It's not a full calendar. It's more like a week worth calendar.
Okay.
Week worth calendar. A week's worth of space on there. And I just wrote, the year on there, and I write each week, the date of the week and everything. And it's dry erase board, and I have my things to do on there, what I have to do this day and that day, because everything I have going on, like, for the month or whatever, anytime I have an appointment or anything, I put it on my phone, and so I check my phone for what's going on that week, put it on my calendar, take it a day at a time, a week at a time, and it helps keep me accountable and on task. So I'm getting things done.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, because for me, I'm that person, like, if I tell you I'm going to do something, and then you ask me to do that, and I didn't do it, I'm like, oh, man, I didn't do it. So if I told you I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it because I told you I'm going to do it. So that calendar kind of helps me keep me accountable. If it's on that calendar and I see it and there's no line across it, I'm like,
you're getting it done.
Oh, man, I got to do that. Versus if it's out of sight, out of mind, you don't think about it. So
it's very true.
Yeah. So I highly recommend having some type of visual somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. I like, it's so funny you said that, the visual aspect of it, because, I was talking to one of my clients the other day and we were just talking about how we're both visual organizers and things like that. And I was just saying, I really can't understand the people who don't need like that visual part of it. Like, I feel like visually that's good for everyone, no matter if you can keep it in your mind, because you can always just go back and look at it.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of keeps that, the stress, for me at least, is less, it's not in my mind, it's there. So I can remember it, but I also have like that backup. So just in case I don't have to like stress about it. So
exactly.
All about keeping a low stress.
Exactly. Low stress 2019.
Yes, exactly. So we would love to hear what your goals are. If you want to comment some of the goals you have, you can comment on our, below. You can comment to us on our Instagram, our Facebook, Twitter, all of our social networks. We just love to hear what your goals are. And we hope that these tips were helpful for you in creating your goals for the new year, or just in general. Just you want to create some goals.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to HeartsChat today, where we speak from the heart. We hope that you enjoyed our show. Catch us every Sunday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel and on our website, which is HeartsChatRadioshow.com. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages at HeartsChat Radio on Instagram and at HeartsChat on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope.
We love to hear from you. If you have any comments or questions or topics that you want to hear about, you can email us at HeartsChat@HeartsChatRadioshow.com. And for all of your personal relationship questions, please visit my blog from ericasheart.com. Thank you for listening to HeartsChat, where we speak from the heart.